Hello, this is Nigel from NGU Homes, and here with Gary Boyack from the mortgage brokerage, and we're here just to discuss the latest Bank of England decision. So what's happening today, which is quite exciting, is the Bank of England are meeting. Interest rates are currently at 5.25%, and we're going to see if it looks like interest rates are going to be cut, or at the very least, there's going to be a decision, a split decision. So currently, the decision with the Bank of England is 8 people are deciding that interest rates should be held, and one person's decided to cut. So currently, the split's 8-1, and we're hoping maybe that split becomes either 7-2 or 6-3, which means it's more likely that interest rates are cut. So, Gary, just over to you just before we go into this Bank of England decision. Have you got any thoughts on where we are with the mortgage market at the moment?
Yeah, so at the moment, I think the mortgage market the last 2 or 3 weeks has been a little bit up and down again. We've had some lenders sort of increase in prices. We've had the odd lender drop in interest rates. And it's all down to the swap rates, Nigel, where lenders basically buy their money from. Swap rates have been a little bit volatile. So with reflection on that, I do believe the Bank of England potentially will hold the rates today at 5.25 with movement in the next quarter, hopefully when things settle down. We have sort of seen an upturn with lending. Everything's sort of more positive than it was this time last year and earlier on at the start of the year. So I think a hold. We've got interest, inflation's down to about 3.2. Ideally, they want it down to 2%. So fingers crossed, that would be a hold. Then it'll come down very soon.
So where we are in terms of like interest rates, so what they're predicting, market's predicting 50-50 for June. So they're expecting a 50-50 chance June cut, 75% August cut. Yeah. So really what we're looking to do is to go, we've got this one person who's saying cut. Yeah. We need to get another two stripping off in this meeting, hopefully, or at least one to get that 7-2 split. So that's what we're hoping for, is we get another person who wants interest rates to be cut. So we're coming into I'm just going to get my clock up now, Gary, just to see where we are. We're a minute to go. I'm going to keep an eye on the Bank of England's website to see what's happening, just to see where we are on these interest rates, because it's a relatively big meeting today.
Yeah.
Just to see if we can get a change in that split, and we can see if we can see that June cut coming through. So anyway, any second now, actually.
See what exactly this year.
Right, yeah. Hold on. Just coming through now. Hopefully, we'll get some positive news for homeowners and landlords today, where we'll see.
Nigel, regardless of what the Bank of England do today, I do think there's movement. Lenders are looking to lend, and I do think it's a good time for investor clients to start looking for purchasing properties, regardless of what the interest rate. Because we make the money, investors make the money on the actual purchase price that they buy the property at. And to get this sort of, if interest rates do go down in the next month or two, get themselves prepared so they can act fast as well.
All right, hold on. Something's coming in here, Gary. Hold on. So they're held for the sixth time, Gary. So obviously interest rates have been 5.25% since August last year.
Yeah.
Held at 5.25% today. So that's what, as expected, interest rates are on hold.
Yeah.
So the key decision is finding out this split then, Gary, to see if we've got more people believing.
Yeah, three-shock interest rate.
Yeah, so while that comes in, I mean, in terms of the housing market in the northeast, so Halifax announced this week that house prices were up 0.1%. Overall for the year, they're up 1.1. So the housing market stabilised since that Liz Truss issue about 15 years ago and these interest rates hikes going on to the last summer. The housing market's stabilised definitely across England. In
Yeah.
terms of the northeast, in fact, we've just got the news on the split. Actually, the split is 7-2. We've got another person peeled off for a cut.
So that's positive then, realistically speaking, going forward.
I think we're on for a June interest rate cut. So what that means is we've got seven people want to hold. We've got 2 people who want to cut. Yeah, we need to get 5 to cut. So we need 3 people to change their mind from now to June to get an interest rate cut. In terms of what that means or what's going to happen until the next Bank of England meeting is what we're really looking to do. As you mentioned, inflation. Inflation is currently 3.2%. We're looking for that to come down to 2%. Yeah, and there's some big things which are going to happen going into that June meeting. So we've got 2 inflation prints coming over the next 6 weeks. Before the day before the next Bank of England meeting, we're going to have the May inflation print and the April inflation print. They think because utility bill cap is coming down by 25% in April, inflation is going to hit 2%. So we could get a 1.9, 1.8 print going into that June meeting, which means we could be on for that cut. We've got 7-2. And so how do you think the mortgage market is going to take this, Gary?
Then again, positive, Nigel. We've seen 1 or 2 lenders this week. Last week, a bit volatile on the sense that they were putting them up. Then this week, we've had 1 or 2 lenders dropping their rates slowly. We've had a couple of lenders reducing stress tests for the landlords for the calculations. So again, if we get a bit more movement and we get an interest rate cut in June, it's positive for the mortgage market. We are up from this time last year. We've got lots of inquiries coming in, and we're here to help any client who's looking at purchasing or building their portfolio or wants to save money for their portfolio or just wants to chat, realistically speaking. So I think the next few months, definitely a positive, better interest rates potentially. They're not going to go up to what they were a couple of years ago, but a little something is better than nothing.
Yeah, I think we're on the cutting trend, and hopefully we get that cut in June. What I've been saying to all our landlord clients, and actually what you've probably been saying to your clients as well, is this is the beginning of the cycle, yeah?
Yeah.
And the way to make money is not when the cycle begins, it's just before. Because once we're into the interest rate cut piece, then everybody knows we're onto that interest rate cut piece, yeah? This is the pre-bit, yeah, where they come in June. I reckon it was 50-50 before this meeting. It's probably up to 60-70%, depending on the inflation print next week. So there's a greater chance there's going to be a cut in June. What that means is house prices will move because affordability becomes better. So we suggest actually, and in terms of mortgages, is if you need to remortgage, have a chat to Gary. You know, find out what's available now. If you're looking to remortgage in the next 3 to 6 months, also have a chat to Gary. He can get you in order, he can get you square, and get you ready a market fit for the remortgage market.
And Nigel, I tell you what, we're also doing with clients, we're reviewing everything 6 months before because of the volatility and rates going up and down these last couple of months. Even if we book somebody in now and it's not due in 6 months' time, if rates drop during that next 6 months, we're actually rate checking for them and we're swapping the rates for them and getting them a better interest rate rather than waiting 3 to 6 months and wait until the end, just in case rates do the flip turn and go higher. So there's nothing stopping them talking to us now, getting the house in order for the mortgages, securing the rate now, so then we can watch it and follow the market to then, if it comes to 2 months before they do a mortgage renewal, we can secure an even better deal for them. Yeah,
definitely. So what we're saying is Gary's details are on the post. So if you want to chat about somebody about the mortgage market, definitely have a chat to Gary. He'll sort you out. In terms of your landlord, you got a property, have a chat to ourselves. And yes, we're on hopefully for a June cut. I'm hoping for a June cut. Hopefully that'll give a little bit of a bounce to the housing market. And to be honest, what I'd say to the governor of the Bank of England is let's get a jiggle on with this because inflation is going to hit 2% in the next couple of months. What's the point in waiting when inflation is going to be 1.92%? You know, you might be on 600 grand a year. You might not have a mortgage, but that's not everyone. Yeah, that isn't everyone. We need to get this sorted, get this moving, and just start getting this economy going. Final thoughts, Gary?
Exactly the same as what you've just reiterated, exactly what you said. Get things moving now, get the positivity back in the market and just in the economy.
Brilliant. Okay, great. 7-2, Gary. 7-2.
Yes, thank you.
Brilliant. Cheers.